Over the last 2 years, the city of San Diego has proudly built what it calls the United States' largest smart cities platform. This technology was sold to the City Council by General Electric for its green tech and data collection for city planning purposes. Unfortunately, it also had a hidden agenda that was never mentioned in public debate. Each of these smart streetlights, now under direct control of the San Diego Police Department, have video and audio surveillance systems with data nodes that can collect information about our offline lives. The Trust San Diego Coalition, made up of 25 local community organizations, has emerged to take on this hidden surveillance system and to demand a moratorium be put in place on the usage, installation, and acquisition of these streetlights. We've also asked that the city develop a comprehensive surveillance policy similar to the city of Oakland's. This would include a privacy advisory commission, a transparency ordinance that would govern how the San Diego Police Department acquires smart city surveillance technology, and a ban on the use of facial recognition tech throughout the city. Who exactly was it that designed this system that, if fully implemented, would disproportionately impact communities of color like City Heights, Logan Heights, and Southeast San Diego? In researching the placement of these streetlights, we also found that they are placed around the majority of mosques in the city. This is a system that is seen as a testing ground for all of San Diego County and cities like New Orleans, Atlanta, and New York, who are all testing similar platforms. Representatives from the city have said publicly that the city of San Diego owns all this data. But as we researched the contract, it became clear that the GE-owned company Current owns all the processed data collected in this system forever. Over the last year, the city of San Diego has installed these smart streetlights throughout the city. But why would they install them on this street, where there's seemingly nothing happening? Is it maybe because there's a mosque on the street that has historically been one of the most surveilled mosques in the city? The city placed this camera in a location where it could watch over the alley where cars enter the parking lot of the mosque. The police department says this data is not monitored by them, but because of the Joint Terrorism Task Force agreements in place between the SDPD, the FBI, ICE, Border Patrol, and other federal agencies, this data could be actively monitored by those agencies at the San Diego Fusion Center. While these cameras don't have license plate readers and facial recognition technology built in, at the Fusion Center these programs can easily be layered on top of this data to actively surveil vulnerable populations like Muslims and political groups. It's important that we remember how we got here to this moment. With all the new laws that were rushed through after 9/11, like the Patriot Act as part of the War on Terror, this led to the creation of the largest COINTELPRO program in the history of this country, with 15,000 paid informants in mosques and political organizations across the United States. When we add this extra layer of surveillance to our lives, this offline layer, it can capture our daily habits. Those habits can be turned into algorithms, and those algorithms are turned into lists by surveillance agencies. Those lists can tell the government whether we're more likely to resist, whether we're more likely to become what they call an identity extremist, or let's say this administration stays in power, an administration waging a white supremacist war against immigrants, refugees, Muslims, and all people of color. With 4 more years, this could turn tools like these surveillance cameras into Chinese-style surveillance like is happening to the Uyghur Muslims today.